and play the intro.
Yes. Welcome. It is a frosty February Friday night, and you are joining us here at the Our Reviews Will Kill You podcast YouTube studio. It is fantastic. We're so happy to join all of you tonight. We hope you're all having a fantastic evening. And I am the man you may know as Z.
But don't you worry, Daddy's home.
Daddy's always home. In the back, man in the computer, that's our executive producer there, Baby Yoda. Still Baby Yoda, still rocking it all the time. Your character arc may have ended, Baby Yoda, but your job never ends here at Our Reviews Will Kill You. And then we also have the degenerate of degenerates, the scumbag of scumbags. It's Noob.
Dragon Ball Z!
Oh, you bastard.
It's been a while. Had to bring it back.
Long.
Had to bring it back.
His name is so not nice. We have to say it twice.
Yes. Coming back. Dragon Ball Z 2024.
It's not.
Orange Kakarot.
Are they running out of colors yet?
No. All
No.
the colors.
All the colors? Do they have a magenta Kakarot?
No. I don't know, actually. The comic and the manga is still going, so I think there's like a Super Saiyan God
What if
Blue
that
77.
What if that old lady dies? What are you going to do?
Who
now?
cares about the Japanese version of that show? Nobody cares.
And then there is the Master Blaster. He's the one they call Scott Keebler on the Wheels of Steel.
That is right. It is Friday night. We are back together, and everybody is in the chat with us. Welcome. Ron Schrader, Sam Jr., Bootleg Samplers with us early, and no bootleg. I have not spilled my whiskey on the mixer. I keep it in the glass and then my stomach where it belongs. Noob's in the chat saying we're not doing the chip challenge. We are doing the chip challenge. That will happen. Don't think you're getting out of it.
And neither we're trying to set up something elaborate where we have people across the country doing the chip challenge at the same time.
Maybe even in communist China. Where they don't have real internet.
You just learned that?
I did, actually.
So,
yeah.
But I don't know if you guys saw, there's this thing going around the internet right now. It's all over TikTok, Instagram, everything else. It's called the Silhouette Challenge. Have you guys seen this?
God, are you actually doing this?
Huh?
Yes, I have heard of the Silhouette
If
Challenge.
you've not seen it yet, go on to your TikToks, your Instagrams, your whatevers, and type in Silhouette Challenge, hashtag Silhouette Challenge, and it's all over the place. And I'm telling you right now, I can do it right here.
Oh,
What?
But you don't have the right...
What are you
I just
doing?
broke the fan.
Oh, geez.
Did you actually break the fan, or is this part of the skit?
No,
I just punched the fan above.
silhouetting, sort of.
What are you doing?
Well, first of all, he has too many clothes on. So you haven't heard of the Silhouette Challenge? People like show themselves in regular clothes, and then they take their clothes off and do a silhouette of themselves. But it's just a filter that's on Instagram and TikTok. And
I think it's
the Vin
TikTok.
Rouge filter.
Well,
And
whenever
you can remove it and see the person in their skivvies. So, yes.
All right.
So there you go. A special for you. That was the live Silhouette Challenge from Our Reviews Will Kill You. So, but
that's great.
now that we got that out of the way, what do we have tonight, Noob?
There's so many things.
Were we supposed to do housekeeping first?
We
or
are,
we doing
actually.
No,
the
usually
thing?
it's
Yeah.
what are we doing first, and then we
Okay.
go into housekeeping.
I'm trying to. I'm reading the chat, and I think Ron Trade is saying he's in for the chip challenge
We're
across the country.
We're very prepared here. So Jared Leto has his new look after his Oscar nomination for a different movie we might review later. Silence of the Lambs. He plays a little special person. Silence of the Lambs had a house and it sold, probably for way too much money because shit is expensive. Frozen helps Russian hikers. I don't know why that's a thing. Did they freeze them? Who knows?
frozen.
Were they frozen in vodka? Probably. Tall lady from Resident Evil 8, I think she's like a white vampire, is much taller than you thought. Tall enough to have sex in the shower?
Is she
I'm
hot?
6'3", maybe.
Are you?
I am. What? Yeah, I am.
Not
Not in the
though?
penis though. Very tiny in the penis. Orc tails. Oh my God, we are gonna get crazy. A Texas man or child or doll sends out an Amber Alert, and I think it's for Chucky. And Elon Musk has a Neuralink in monkeys for video games to play with bananas. I don't know. This seems weird. The man's crazy. And Hollywood becomes Hollyboob. Who wrote that story? Why is that a thing?
You'll see.
Then we're gonna review Denzel Washington stuff. Virtuosity, which is super old apparently.
Oh, it's like 96, I think.
And it has Russell Crowe before he became obese.
And famous.
I think. Was he obese?
No,
He
he's
was
very
not
handsome
obese.
in this movie.
Okay, good. And then Little Things, the latest HBO Max / theater release.
Yeah, one of those.
Starring Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Gerard Leto.
It's one of those weird, those simul releases in theaters and on HBO
Yes.
Max. Very strange,
I
but
wonder who allowed you to watch that for free.
we'll talk about it. That and more on this episode of Our Reviews Will Kill You.
And
Yes.
before we get to all that, of course, we do some housekeeping.
Kablamo.
What kind of hotel is this?
This week in housekeeping, I did something. I guess you two will probably say finally, so F you. I beat you to it.
No, we were just gonna. I was gonna say you went from Whiskey Island to Treasure Island.
That's right. I put a video out on YouTube. It showed up yesterday. I found some Pokemon cards.
Scotcha-choo.
My sister gave me a call and said that apparently Pokemon cards are worth money. So I go on the treasure hunt. And I may have come up big. I may not have come up big.
No one will ever know.
We will
It'll
know.
be a great mystery.
Those
We
It'll be
will
one of the
know.
great mysteries of
As the
time.
cards continue to get sold and graded, we will know what they turned out to be. Finding
Months.
them was the first. Getting the value is the second step. And yes, there will be more videos to follow up
Scott
on
could
that,
use
but
some help. If you know anything or you know someone, we think we know some people who may be able to support Scott in his treasure hunt, and you have some opinions on these cards that I don't know what they are, but they're cards. I think there's a Bulbasaur. Check them out and give us an idea of what you think they're roughly
Some of
worth.
these cards looked awfully familiar when I was watching this video. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
well, that's probably
There
'cause I
may be
stole
a
'em-
conspiracy behind this as well.
That's because I stole them from you. But hey, go check
Oh, we
out
just
that
admitted
video. That is on our channel at rreviewswillkillyou.com. Or rreviewswillkillyou.com/links or youtube.com/rreviewswillkillyou. Noob, do you have anything?
Wasn't there another video that released in between then and now?
No, we're gonna release a Batman.
Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Yes,
In
yeah,
the status of
Batman.
the CW.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for if you
That's,
want to know what the random CW shows are that I didn't know existed. You're gonna see.
Yeah, if you want to listen to us talk about a show that shouldn't be talked about, well, do we have a treat for
Ooh,
you?
we have a treat for you.
Then also, I'm finally giving away, I think I mentioned this like on 3 shows in a row.
Yes.
Batman Solve the Dragon. I probably will watch it this week, but I'm going to put the giveaway up on Monday, and it will go off for our live
Monday,
show.
February the.
I don't. God damn it.
Sometime
You're going to make me look on the
February.
calendar.
Oh,
What is it,
that's
the
really-
8th? Whatever day after Tom Brady wins his 7th Super Bowl.
I think Doc is saying that you should sell them now, Scott, because in 100 years they'll be worth one.
Yes, February 8th, I am putting up the Batman Solve the Dragon digital giveaway, and I will release the winner on Friday, next Friday, our latest show, which is the 12th.
Sam Jr.'s waiting for your PS5 giveaway.
You're not getting my PS5, Sammy. Unless I get a full reveal. If we interview you in person, you might be able to come to my house to pick up my PS5. Just saying.
I don't know. It's in your basement.
Yeah, you can come to my basement, Sammy. Show yourself live on our show as a full reveal, the Sam Jr. reveal. You'll have a full special episode. And again, if you want to reveal dick first and up,
What?
then I don't care if you're underage. That's fine.
Why would you?
If you're, like I said, if you're under 18, even better.
Actually, maybe we should give out your home address so that people, so that Sam can be comfortable with where you live first.
No, that's well. If he wants to come over for a sleepover party, that's fine. Me and Nasty Mandy get sweaty playing Resident Evil demos, so that's fine.
Oh,
And-
there's going to be debate over who's going to win the Super Bowl, Tom Brady or the Chefs,
Tom Brady's gonna win.
Kansas City Chefs.
Yes, the Chefs are gonna win, or the Chefs are gonna lose.
You think?
Yeah,
Really? I think the chefs might win.
They're
I don't know. It's football. I don't care.
Yeah.
Go woke, go broke.
okay.
None of us care. In the chat, yes, Doc said I better get these cards out. They are getting packed up. The ones that are more valuable are going to graders, so we can try to get full value for them. The rest will be going on eBay very soon. Yeah, that does have to happen sooner than later. And Sam Jr. Noob Noob's PS5 is going to be in the mail very soon as well.
So I feel like there was another video that we did. I don't know. Check the channel. There might be videos you didn't see.
Oh, the Star Trek videos this guy never released?
Oh yeah, those ones.
Oh.
Oh wait, they're not released.
Oh,
They're not-
that makes
they're not-
sense.
No, there was another episode. There was something else.
No, there wasn't.
It wasn't?
Nope.
No, you sure I didn't do one myself? Did I do one?
You
No, I
didn't.
don't know. I can't keep up anymore.
You're delusional.
I clearly am.
Let's move on.
Everything's running together. We're losing our minds here.
Yes.
So with housekeeping out of the way, let's go into news.
Good news, everyone.
The first bit of news actually just came across my desk a few hours ago. There was a new viral. Remember the dress? Was it blue? Was it white or something? Or gold? It was blue or gold. And then
yeah, there's a handful of those.
There's
Are
another
the shoes
one.
pink and gray, or
yeah,
are they
the
gray
shoes.
and
Well,
pink?
the latest and the greatest one is this avocado. Is there or is there not a seed?
There's
in the
clearly a
avocado.
seed in there.
No, I do not see a seed in that avocado.
That it looks like an egg. That's a giant egg.
Is that like an art piece?
Is that a bull
not an egg?
testicle inside
Actually,
of?
isn't the egg? No, isn't the nut like a real dark brown? So I'm going to say there is no nuts in there. Who the hell knows? Why is this a thing?
But this is the new thing going across. Everyone's arguing back and forth whether or not this is an actual avocado. It is an actual avocado. But the question is that the seed we're looking at, or is it the pit where the seed used to reside? And I can see it both ways, actually. I think they're supposed to be darker, but I think I actually see it both ways. I can't
Scott,
tell.
Only noob's allowed to go both ways.
Oh.
Not you.
I like to go dark pits. I like to get them dark pits.
First of all, this one is not as good as the other ones because I could care less whether or not there's a seed in there. I do care if I'm going colorblind. Because anybody could have just painted this as a picture and just be like, I'm here to deceive you.
It looks like there's a pit, I would say.
I would say
I don't
know.
give a shit, but I would say if there is something that looks like a nut.
What I do care about, though, is whoever cuts this thing, are they going to get, what is it called? Avocado hand?
It's called avocado hand, which people freaking out thinking that it was originally people thought it was like their skin was peeling, but apparently it was just like the avocado dried and then would peel off their hands or something like
That's
that.
not avocado hand.
All right. Well,
Do you know what
that's something
avocado
else I
hand
heard
is?
then. What's avocado hand?
It's the same as
when
bagel
they cut
hand.
themselves.
Yes, when they cut themselves and sever like their middle tendons across their hand because they use a big knife to cut the thing, and then they're trying to pull out the nut.
And
Yeah,
they miss, and instead they cut their hand. That's not called avocado hand. That's called being a dumbass.
The doctors refer to it. Those doctorbs refer to it as
Doctorbs.
avocado hand.
when you just mash the avocado and you have green hands.
Yes. No, that is no. I just explained what it was.
I
You
was
clearly
not
weren't paying
listening
attention.
to you at all. I was talking to our
No.
chat.
You were me too.
I'm trying to start a bidding war for me to do a sexy PS5 video.
All right. Well, why don't you pull away from that and tell us what our next story then is, Noobers?
So our next story is another sexy man who is changing his look. So Jared Leto is infamous for many things. Overacting is one of them.
Yeah, overacting.
And he was...
I don't know if he's famous for that.
He probably likes getting
Probably.
shitted on. So Jared Leto played the Joker in the Suicide Squad,
To
or just
most
Suicide Squad.
people's
I don't know. It
chagrin.
sucked. And Justice League, that's coming out on
you
HBO
love that
Max.
movie.
It was. I
It's
enjoyed
awful.
it. It wasn't
No,
great. I
it's
enjoyed
terrible.
it. I enjoyed Jared Leto's Joker.
No.
But speaking of Jared Leto's Joker, he is getting a brand new look, which makes no fucking sense.
Why
And,
does it make no sense?
Why is his look changing? Unless this is a flashback.
Maybe it's older or before or after. Like, who knows?
This, if you told me, like, if you saw this silhouette and you were like, all right, what Joker is this? I would straight up say Joaquin Phoenix 100%.
Okay. So this is released by Zack Snyder, first of all. Zack Snyder has teased that the Joker will be in the Zack Snyder Justice League cut. Where the hell that came from, who knows?
It also, it says it's not going to be a whole lot of Joker in this movie, but he
No,
will be
I
making an
think-
appearance.
Yeah.
This looks to me, and for those of us that are listening, it's an image it's a black and white image. In the foreground, he's holding up a card, a Joker card, and in the background, he's blurred out. And it looks like he has longer hair.
Mhm.
It looks like
No
the
tattoos.
cheeks have a big smile on them, almost like the original Joker. I just forgot the actor's name.
It looks like he just more has like
Jack
cheek makeup or
Nicholson.
something.
Yeah, it looks like the original Jack Nicholson makeup. It looks like a throwback to that or Heath Ledger or something like that, which it could be because remember the storyline came out that the reason Joker was the way he was in Suicide Squad was because Batman broke all his teeth, which is why he doesn't smile anymore, has a tattoo on his hand, has metal teeth, all that BS. So this could be a flashback to before that incident happened and maybe even show that incident, which would be pretty effing cool.
Well, here's one other thing that I'm thinking about as I re-examine this. I was thinking that card struck me as familiar. Do we have, and I know this would be hard to figure out because you two fact checkers might not get it quick enough, but it strikes me that card reminds me of the same card at the end of Batman Begins, where they revealed the Joker card. And remember Commissioner Gordon at the end of Batman Begins hands Batman a card and goes,
yes,
things have
yes.
escalated. And I think the very last card, I could be wrong here, and if you bring up volume, that would not be good. But I think there's a good chance that that's the same card. And it wouldn't shock me that Zack Snyder wanted to pay homage to A, Heath Ledger's version, and B, not connect it necessarily to that universe, but that is what started I think in their mind, the DCEU, because it was it's a different card.
Different card.
Lame.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Different card.
That
Really?
would have been cool. That would have been
It
cool.
would've been
That would have been a cool theory, but no, I mean, we'll see. The Zack Snyder's Justice League is finally set to air 3/18/21 of this year, so we are not far away from it, actually just over a month away. It is going to be a 4-hour-long movie. The original rumors were that it was going to be in like 4 one-hour episodes. No, now he's saying it's going to be a 4-hour-long movie.
Well, that's
impressive.
mighty interesting. I'm
Considering
down. We're excited. I mean, I'm excited.
down. Considering that's HBO Max, I'm down with a 4-hour movie. You can pause it, walk away, come back. I probably won't, though. I'll try to sit through the whole thing.
Oh, I can't wait to watch. This is going to be fucking fantastic to watch a 4-hour Justice League movie. I can't wait.
As long
It's
as
got to
done-
be better than the first one. And I'll always go back to, and I know I've said this on air a couple of times. There was a preview, an extended preview of the Justice League movie before it was like 1 year into production of it, that had Icky Thump by the White Stripes. And that extended preview really got me hyped for it. And when I watched the scene of Aquaman that was filmed, and then I saw what Joss Whedon did to it, I was like, this is an abomination. So very exciting. Good stuff, y'all.
And last I heard, they said they did some reshoots, but apparently there weren't that many. Not enough reshoots to push this thing up to 4 hours. So it sounds like the majority of this is just footage that Zack Snyder got that just never aired because of what Whedon did to it.
According to a lot of people, they're saying somewhere between 90 and 80% of the original movie was reshot by Joss Whedon.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to probably see, I'd say probably half is going to be new.
Oh, and we did miss something in housekeeping. I don't know if you want to go back or we can save it for later.
What do we miss?
We can quick jump. What's up?
We had gotten a comment from one of our fantastic listeners, Ron Cold, the Stone Cold Killer. And Ron had said, I know we talked about The Curse of Oak Island, and he said that I should read a book. And then I did a little bit of research. Apparently, there's like 96 books that have been written on Oak Island, and it's been a treasure hunter's haven since the late 1700s, like around 17. I'm going to say 86. Don't quote me on that. I have been known to be wrong. But I did a little bit of research, and I didn't realize that it was considered the landing site of Captain Kidd, and that's what everybody seems to be looking for, is the lost treasure of Captain Kidd. So okay, maybe there is something there. I don't know. You'd figure after 200 years of people looking for treasure, somebody would have found something. But, what do I know? But it clearly is. There's a lot more lore there as to reasons why people have been looking at that place. And, according to what I've seen that they've found, it hasn't been incredibly exciting, but they did find some historical artifacts and some gold coins, and I think a lead cross. So there must be something to that, but I think it'll be very difficult. They need to hire the same people who found the Atosha, which I think was like $350 million in gold, in Spanish gold.
That sounds really racist.
That was off the coast of the Florida Keys. And I went to his museum. What the heck was his museum? Doesn't really matter, but I used to be into treasure hunting a little bit more than I am now.
Fun fact, that's where key lime pie was invented.
Key lime pie.
Yes, yeah, I think that's right. I just made that up.
No, I think you're right.
See,
oh,
I could see Z walking down the beach with a
metal detector. 100%.
That's his treasure hunting. Walking down the beach with metal detector in one hand, pina colada in the other, big straw hat on. When Z says he was into metal collecting, it just meant he would just go to his vacation home in the Bahamas and just walk down the beach with his metal detector looking for coins.
I mean, I do have, as you know, and as Scott is also acquainted with, a scuba diving license. So there's that as well. I have been on the wrecks. I've been on some wrecks. Never found anything interesting. Have been attacked by several undersea animals. But that's a story for another time. That's a story
for another time. Noobney, what do we have next?
Yes. So the Silence of the Lambs house was actually in Pennsylvania. Didn't know that, but it's sold.
It was your parents' house?
Actually
yeah, this is this. Oh my God, this is where I grew up. This makes so much sense. My dad was very fond of lotion, and he put it on my foreskin.
And he put it on your skin. You still have
my
your foreskin?
Doesn't everybody? Everybody doesn't have foreskin.
Not unless you know.
Circumcision is for the devil. That's what my parents told me.
Okay, so you put it on your foreskin.
Oh my God, is that? I had my balls circumcised.
So you're a eunuch.
Oh, boy.
That explains even more.
So anyway, the Silence of the Lambs house sold in Pennsylvania after 4 months, and it sold for not that much, really. 290 G's.
It wasn't in the movie. It's not that big of a house. So
still, it's a famous house.
It was, what was it? The exterior and the interior. By the way, there is no well in this house. There's no secret alcove.
I'm not even sure if there's a basement. Apparently, within 2 weeks of the house going on sale, there were 6 offers, several of them from out-of-state movie fans. The actual sale price is unknown. Zillow suggests it was $290,000, like Noob said, which is actually more. It's sold in 2016 for $195,000. So it's a pretty quick turnaround. Appreciation on that.
It sits on basically almost 2 acres near the Yoga-Henny River and railroad tracks. That sounds
Yoga-Henny?
Whatever that is.
I mean, aside from the house basically being on the railroad tracks, I'm not fond of that. But I do like the house. It's a beautiful, huge 3-level house. The property's gigantic. It's got a pool. These are just some realtors we're looking at, and they'll disappear in a second. Some randos.
Look, there's the basement, but there's no well.
Little concerning.
Oh, there is a basement, Scott.
There
concerning. Is a basement, yes, but it's just a regular basement. At least the floor is finished, thankfully. But yeah, there's no well. I don't recall this part of the video while I was stealing it from the interwebs.
There's a Buffalo Bill House website that's currently active, and it has a tease that says something is coming.
Actually, I went there today, and it now says BuffaloBillsHouse.com is open for booking for overnight stays, special events, or filming.
Oh, okay. So they bought it as an investment.
Yes.
Putting them investment dollars to work.
Yes, and it's for all that. I mean, the place is pretty awesome. The wallpaper's creepy. The house inside, they kept it looking old school, Victorian, or whatever that style is. There's a pool of the property with like an old trolley that you can go in and out of. It's got a 3-car separate garage.
Ooh.
I mean, if you were to live there, it'd be a great. I mean,
I
would
look, they have FBI. Look at that. There was an FBI hat and a picture of a poster for Silence of the Lambs.
They've got a couple rooms they did up that are done up to like pay homage to the movie for fans and stuff like that. I'd gut it. I would gut the whole thing and start over.
Why? It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
They say it's 140 years old. Is that what I saw?
It is old.
It got some age.
It has aged like a fine wine, except for that tub. That tub's going to be a little brutal to work with. If you want to get a shower, got to get that tub.
It's one of those old school tubs where it's just a pipe coming up with a nozzle. It's not like in the wall or anything. It's a standalone tub. And the attic is actually another floor altogether up here. It's a finished attic, I guess it would be. Yeah, it's a beautiful property.
That is where you store your hidden deformed children. Just in case you were wondering.
Here's an overhead view. Why don't you keep them in the basement there?
No. You hide the victims in the basement and the deformed children in the attic. Have you not watched the Stephen King movie?
Yes. No. I just don't have any deformed children, so I didn't know what to do with them.
I did want to point out, and I did not do a story on this, but I thought about doing it. There is a Thomas Harris is the writer of the whole Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, Hannibal, the whole collection there, and I have read all of those books. I would say I'm a fan, but it's complicated because he's not the greatest writer in the world. He has some really great concepts, and but long story short is they released a new Agent Starling show. I think it's on CBS. What's it called?
Clarice.
Yeah.
Looks terrible. It's not out yet.
Yeah, Entertainment Weekly got a and here's what's interesting is the showrunner is Alex Kurtzman, who is known for Star Trek Discovery, which he ruined the Star Trek franchise. They did a review on the show and they called him a hack writer and that the show is absolutely the most boring, bland procedural they've ever seen. They absolutely destroyed him. So thankfully, Alex Kurtzman is getting what he deserves. You get what you deserve, Alex Kurtzman, when you ruin things. So I just wanted to point that out. If you have interest, go check out the Entertainment Weekly article. I was going to try to watch Clarice since Hannibal, the show that was done by the director of 30 Days of Night. Don't remember his name. Noah something.
Director of 30 Days of Night.
Yeah. Anyway, he did you guys have watched Hannibal.
Yeah, it's great.
About it. That show is absolutely unbelievable. And it definitely recommend for me. I know some of you out there who've listened have actually watched it based on our recommendation here. This show is supposedly absolutely 100% trash. And it's amazing that in a softball magazine like Entertainment Weekly absolutely destroyed the show and Alex Kurtzman. So kiss my ass, Alex.
David Slade's the director of 30 Days of Night.
No, are you sure about that?
I'm pretty positive.
Does not sound like the right guy. Go down. Well, bro, you're wrong.
Well, all right. So the next story here, Noob, have you looked up the Dyatlov Pass incident on Wikipedia? I'd like you to do that before we go into our next story.
Yes. Frozen. The Frozen movie has sung its way to a 62-year-old Russian case of 9 hikers.
Well, this case always fascinated me, just to give a little bit of background, because it's a cryptozoology case, and I'm a big cryptozoology fan. I have studied much cryptozoology.
Is that sex with animals?
It is not. It is the study of hidden animals. You know, things like Loch Ness, which I don't really think exists, or the discovery of ancient animals that
Godzilla?
may have the study of Godzilla.
King Kong.
That too. But there's a whole, there's an Americana folklore of different animals that, like the jackalope is a good example. Not a real creature, but something that was created through Americana folklore. And I am a big fan of cryptozoology. But this story was always pinned, and they even did a movie on it. I think it's called Troll or something like that, where these hikers, it was a mystery for the past 62 years, were actually killed by Russian Yetis. That was the going.
So Yetis are real.
Theory.
Well,
yes.
and that's why I wanted Noob to look up the incident on Wikipedia, because the Wikipedia describes the condition in which the bodies were found.
Oh, he didn't go to Wikipedia.
I'm not on Wikipedia.
Okay, but yeah, do that. Go ahead and look it up, and while you're looking up the Dyatlov Pass incident, it's Dyatlov. It happened in 1959, where 9 Russian hikers died while they were out hiking. I actually heard it was an instructor and 8 students.
These were experienced hikers who had gone out and were, I forget if they were on like their 7th day of hiking, but they were very experienced hikers who went out, and they're very young, and they ended up, there was no survivors.
No, there was no survivors. They found when Newbie finds it, just look for the condition.
I have it.
You have the condition of the bodies because they found the tents were cut out from the inside and they ran away in their like socks and sandals, not in conditions for the snow, but the condition they found in their bodies is actually terrifying.
Here, just go through this part where the campsite was
baffled by search for a student tent. Tent was half torn down and covered with snow. It was empty. Investigators said the tent had been cut open from the inside. 9 sets of footprints.
Left by people only wearing socks or a single shoe.
Yeah, the far's edge. Searchers found visible remains of a small fire. Branches were broken up. One of the hikers climbed up to look for something, perhaps a camp. Finding the remaining 4 travelers took more than 4 months. They finally found 204 meters of ravine further in the woods. 3 were found dressed. It doesn't really describe that much.
If you look here, some clothing had been removed.
They said some clothing had been removed. It looked like they found them with broken teeth, broken ribs, crushed skulls, orbitals, eyes were missing.
Yeah,
they were skull fucked.
It was it could have actually been trolls that did it, but thanks to Frozen, it found out that it probably wasn't trolls.
Yes. No. So there was a scientist who somehow watched the movie Frozen and really liked the animation that they did on there. I guess there were some avalanche scenes, and he wanted to know how they did those scenes, and he found out that they had a computer. They did a computer generated. So they have this. So he asked them, "Can I see your computer generated?"
And that person's name was Johann Guame. He's the head of the Swiss Institute. A very fun sounding institute. Sounds like a lot of excitement goes on here. It is the Snow Avalanche Simulation Laboratory. Sounds like an exciting place.
So exciting.
But he was struck by how well the movement of snow was depicted in Frozen, and he asked the animators for the code. He went to Hollywood to modify the code for avalanche simulators and to simulate the impact of avalanches on human bodies. On the screen here, I actually had an image of Anna up there for a while, but it wasn't because I had the wrong screen up. But on the screen now is an image of the camp it was found with the tents completely demolished, cut open from the insides. Of course, there's Anna. That I missed. And then I have an image here of what they found from the simulations of the avalanche. And they're saying that it could have been a layer up on top of Flux Q is whatever that is, but it's basically a chunk of ice on a weaker layer could have completely enveloped the camp, the tents, and basically demolished the bodies before they even had a chance to get away, and them cutting out and escaping that's what that was. Originally, they didn't think it was an avalanche because the conditions weren't right for it, but
there had been no
Frozen. Yep, thanks to Frozen, they now think that this was the possibility, that it was a Flux Q avalanche, was just basically a layer of ice just completely demolishing the hell out of them.
Yeah, one of the explanations is, and just to kind of like recap this a little bit differently, is to say they were experienced hikers who had put their camps at a certain spot, and the pitch of that particular type of mountain was not conducive to an avalanche, and they were experienced and they knew that. But then, and there had been no snow reported overnight. They had logs and there was no snow. But what they're saying now is that there was something misleading about the slope and incline of it could be easily misread by experienced hikers, and that the spot that they had picked was in fact suitable to avalanche. So that's what destroyed and mangled their bodies. And then clearly them cutting themselves out of it were some of the few survivors. But here they're running out into the middle of the frozen tundra, and obviously the conditions did the rest. So I found it to be an interesting story, that an old 62-year-old mystery that's been the inspiration for several movies and much speculation in the cryptozoology field has now been solved by a children's movie. Congratulations, Frozen.
I think we learned that Yetis are sexually aggressive and they like to go for the skull.
Yes, I believe that is the moral of this story.
Speaking of sexually aggressive, the tall lady from Resident Evil 8 is very sexually aggressive because she's very tall. Like I could
Well,
probably crawl inside her vagina.
And I
and
don't
live
know
there.
if you could do that.
I
But
think so.
She was introduced to us in a PS5 demo called The Maiden, which I'm going to play the end of here, where you're going to see one of the daughters, and then the tall lady is going to show up in this. It's very dark as Resident Evil setup, but we'll see what happens.
She
But-
big bitch.
whatever somebody was supposed to record themselves doing a demo.
Yeah,
of this.
so there's really like this demo wasn't really much, so it didn't play well.
So you were too scared to play it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw it was 20 minutes of footage basically walking around the house. Here's the exciting end. We're seeing a
Nice
woman materializing. Apparently she's a vampire as she has teeth and takes a bite of you. This is all first person POV. We escape from her. We get to the next room. We pull out a key. If we hit X and we go ahead, we open the door and out pops the tall lady.
Ooh. So people are enamored by, she's got like this old 1950s style. She's very, very pale. And people are very excited. Ooh, she has pointy fingers.
Her fingers come out. She does a great Freddy impersonation. Freddy Krueger, that is. The question is then, is she a vampire? Is she a witch? Is she something else? But one of the biggest questions that came out was, how tall is the tall lady?
Well, people are very excited because this is some tall representation, because there's some tall ladies out there, and they feel happy that they're represented by this buxom, very handsome-looking woman. Apparently, she's real frickin' tall.
And apparently, Screen Rant doesn't even consider women a thing because they're just comparing her to legendary Pokemon. So
Well,
clearly-
that's interesting. Well, what I can tell you is that Tomonori Takano, who is the Resident Evil 8 art director, reveals that Lady Dimitrescu height. He revealed in a tweet that she's 2.9 meters tall.
9 feet 6 inches.
If you want to play it in American, fine.
Yes, the only way.
Did you not know what it was in American?
No, I had that. I was setting that up.
Oh, it's a big payoff there.
I know, because Noob just ran right into it.
It's a thick payoff.
So if she's 9 feet 6 inches, Noob and her in the shower, we're not gonna.
No, I could
work.
literally live inside of her vagina.
You've already
standing
said that,
up.
and it did not work.
Yeah,
the
that
first
worked
time.
up. Let's see here. Oh, she's taller than Master Chief.
She's taller than Master
Yeah.
Chief. Yeah, because Master Chief's a regular human being.
Yeah. Well, she's taller. She is 6 inches taller than the tallest person in the world.
Wow.
The world record holder of the tallest person in the world.
She's very tall. and-
She is the same height of the legendary dogs in both Pokemon Sword and Shield
Okay.
and Zekrom from Pokemon Black.
Why do they keep comparing her to Pokemon
Because
characters?
clearly Screen Rant doesn't think women are real.
They think
Why-
that the
why don't
women
they
are
just
Pokemon.
compare her to the
They're just
tallest
animals.
woman ever. I don't get that.
What Scream Rant does then is they actually catch their women in the Pokeballs.
They do.
Oh, I
catch
hope
them
they're
and
not
hold them
taking
hostage like
They think
Pokemons are.
Screen Rant factually says that women deserve to be held in balls.
Good. How dare you, Screen Rant?
Yeah.
Again, we call you out.
Super rude.
The
But there we
nerve.
go. Resident Evil drops in May of this year. Resident Evil
That game's gonna be
Ocho.
dope.
Resident Evil the Ocho.
Gonna be dope.
The Ocho.
Sounds like fun on the book.
Isn't it called The Village?
It is Resident Evil Village.
Which is a callback to Resident Evil 4, the best game of the series as of yet.
Yeah.
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 4 on the GameCube, right? Wasn't that the best one?
Yeah, GameCube. It was pretty dope.
Mm,
Yeah, they're
yes.
remaking it actually. They've remade 2 and 3. They're
Why?
on the way to remaking 4.
Shouldn't do that.
They should. They're just revamping it. It's fine. It's gonna
Okay.
make it look prettier.
Whatever.
All right, what's
Waste-
next?
Shall we move on to Orc Tales?
No,
No?
There's
we shouldn't. Because we have to talk about the Mind Stone.
oh
Oh, yeah. There was an extra story that I neglected to, that he neglected to put into the notes.
you
That
didn't.
you neglected to put in the notes. You, the audience, neglected to put into our notes.
Oh my god.
That's who the problem is with. It's with the audience. They did it.
Thanos is looking real racist
Oh,
in that picture.
man. I don't know
Well,
why. Thanos is looking real racist.
Hold on.
Wait a second. Thanos is purple. Go right ahead there. Why don't you put your neck down a little bit further?
Here's the thing. So that first off, what is that real? Lil Uzi is that retarded? Like what?
Oh, wait a second. You can't say that.
I can say that when he gets a gem in his head,
Lil Uzi is the best.
What? No, he's not. What has he sung? I went to jail,
Songs.
probably. Is that
that is not. Oh, keep going.
I sold drugs. I don't know. Like, what is
keep
he?
going.
Is that one of his songs?
Uh-huh.
I sold drugs. I'm probably a closeted homosexual.
Oh my God! What are you doing?
I don't
What's
know.
wrong with you?
He's probably
It's
gay.
this
Lil
is-
Uzi is like with that gemstone. He's probably gay.
I don't think we've ever explained
Not
this
that
to
there's
people.
anything wrong with being gay.
If you are a listener just to the podcast, we do have segments which are the Noob dumpster fires, which is Noob says what,
Yes.
and Noob just hangs himself in those.
He gets his own screen, and that's his green light to go ahead and be as stupid as he wants to be. But let me tell you what's happening here. It is Samir Bizzle Woods, who's actually from Philadelphia, now goes by Lil Uzi Vert. Got a $24 million worth diamond embedded into his forehead, directly between the eyes, actually about an inch lower than the Mind Stone that we see on Vision.
Is he just waiting to die at this point?
I hope he gets murdered.
I mean, I don't hope he gets murdered, but
Well-
I feel like he just put a bounty. Literally, he put a bounty on his head.
Well,
I mean,
you
come
think
on.
about it. So what a story you hear often is like rappers will get their chains torn off and stuff like that. Like you can steal 24 chains from various rappers that are worth $1 million a piece, or you can cut this guy's head off and have $24 million right there in your hand. Because all you have to do is just peel that stone off of his forehead.
I mean, yeah. I was gonna say,
How
he
is he
didn't have to
even
cut his head
worth
off.
$24 million?
First of all, I think it's on loan. It's probably he's paying for it monthly.
Actually, he's been paying for it monthly because someone asked him about it and he tweeted, I've been paying for a natural pink diamond from Elliot for years now. This one stone costs so much that I've been paying for it since 2017. That was the first time I saw a real natural pink diamond. A lot of M's in my face, whatever that is.
Millions.
Push face, $sign, $sign.
Millions.
Aren't the pink ones blood diamonds?
No.
nope.
All right.
Blood
So,
diamonds
anyway,
are
so
not
someone-
literally bloody diamonds, Scott.
All right, so someone asked him why it's on his forehead, and the response was, I'm literally trying to turn into a diamond.
Someone should
Stupid.
tell him that diamonds are not actually worth as much as he thinks.
Well, he's
Someone
got
he's not worth as much as he thinks. Like
Well,
I
yeah,
seriously
Clearly,
don't
he's
know
worth
what
a
song
loan
he
for
does.
Clearly, he's worth a loan for $24 million.
Name one song Lil Uzi has done.
Little Uzi's theme.
Sure.
yeah. I mean,
I think-
I don't know who.
I hope Thanos rips that shit out.
I didn't know who this guy was until this happened. Until he got a stone embedded in his forehead.
He needs more money to pay for that gem. This guy is a true genius.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, we have the video that he posted on his YouTube. There, it shows the gem in his forehead. It shows the big ass ring he has, big ass earring.
He's the
Whoever's
vision.
holding the phone and taking the video, I want to shoot in the head.
Keep shaking the phone.
I hate the cameraman.
Michael
Kill-
J. Fox probably.
Oh Jesus!
kill the cameraman. But so yeah, so we don't know what that's about, but accordingly, Little Uzi, is
Good for
is an Avenger now. Now, what we're hearing is it's probably just a bar piercing. He said, like, people are like, he got that embedded in his skull. But it sounds like, and experts are saying, it's just a bar piercing. It's just like a ladder piercing, it's called, where you just put a bar subdermally through the skin itself, and the stone itself is just sitting on the bar.
There's no way it's embedded in his skull.
No. So chances are, and they're saying that chances are it's going to get ripped out, it's going to fall out with where it is, or the skin's just going to reject it, and he's going to wind up with a big-ass scar between his eyes.
That'd be great.
All those are wins.
Yes. Well, stupid is as stupid does. That's what my
I-
mama always said.
That's pretty outrageous.
Okay.
So,
So let's stop talking about this idiot and move
Speaking
on to
of-
Orc Tales.
yeah, speaking of outrageous.
It's not a victory. We're making history. It's now time for some outrageous Orc Tales.
Noob. Apparently, our first story comes out of Texas.
It does, and it's
Usually,
featuring-
don't Orc Tales usually come out of Florida?
Well, usually, but also
Usually.
Texas is really good for kidnapping children because there's
Is
a
it?
lot of open space. so you can just
Why do those things
you can
equate?
just run away with them.
Ah.
But anyway, so Texas
get out of town. That's the abducted child. That
Texas
can't be real.
mistakenly sends out an Amber Alert
How is
featuring
this
Chucky
possible?
doll.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Well,
Chucky.
it wasn't just the Chucky doll. It was also the son or whatever it was from one of the movies.
Glenn,
Glenn.
the son of Chucky,
Yeah,
who is 2
dude,
foot
that movie
3.
was so fucked up.
He is apparently white and male, and his eyes are blue. He was one of the most foul doll creatures ever formed.
Yeah, he was a weird looking motherfucker.
And then the abductor, the suspect, was Chucky, who's 3'1". He weighs 16 pounds apparently.
Look at his race.
How does this happen? Come on, man.
What is
his race?
Other doll.
Other.
How does this happen? How did they do this?
And under additional information, we have blue denim overalls with multicolored striped long sleeve shirt wielding a huge kitchen knife.
Get the fuck. Who? How did this go out over the official wire?
Well, apparently it happened Friday. It happened last Friday, the 29th of January, and it was over the email alert system. They claim it was a result of a test malfunction.
They just happen to have
It only
Chucky.
only went out over email at people who are subscribed to this thing, this subscription service, whatever it is. So it only went out to that. It didn't go out over phones and radio and everything else. That would have been hilarious.
I think it should have been put on milk cartons.
I don't really like that kid's pretty ugly. Who would kidnap him?
What's
Chucky would.
actually we'll do one thing even funnier is Don Mancini, the director and screenwriter who created Chucky, tweeted, "Please find them. Tiffany movie star and I are frantic. Please note the kid is non-binary. Thanks."
Oh no.
Because in
Nope.
the Amber Alert they said that Glenn was male, but the kid's non-binary. And
How do
actually,
you know
I discovered this today because Don Mancini created these characters. I didn't know, but Tiffany Movie Star apparently is a Twitter account for the female character in Chucky, the doll itself.
Yeah, her name's Tiffany.
Yeah. So
The character
yeah.
By what's that girl's name?
Jennifer
Guy.
Tilly.
Yes, Jennifer Tilly,
Yep.
the voice actress and actual actress.
Bootlegs in the chat. He says, "This is a win, a successful test of the system, in my opinion." Bootleg, I want you to be careful. This is right around the corner from you. There could be a maniacal knife-wielding doll coming for you. Save the non-binary child.
Hopefully, he does not have. He must just have smooth bits in the front, kind of like a Ken doll,
Very shaved.
just smooth.
Baby
Was that,
soft.
was that how it was in the movie? I don't remember.
I
don't remember if he had a penis. I don't think any of the dolls had penises.
Well, clearly Chucky did because Chucky and Tiffany gave birth to the bride.
This is true.
They clearly had parts that worked.
I think he was pretty bare down there. That was a weird movie. Method Man and Red Man were in it, so you already know that that's weird. So,
Well, yeah, that's a thing.
do we move on to monkeys?
Let's move on to what?
Monkeys.
Are we doing monkeys or are we going boobs?
We're doing monkeys.
Yeah,
I guess
monkeys.
we're going monkeys.
Yeah, so Elon Musk, the leader of all of America in a couple of years, says he wired up a monkey's brain to
Leader
play
of
video
America.
games because Elon Musk just does shit.
Well, first he did pigs. Now he has done monkeys.
When is he going to do humans?
It's coming because he wants to help fix interface for people.
Well,
I think.
we'll get to that. Well, Z, let's finish the story out with that information because that's the feel-good portion of this. Let's talk about the monkeys first. Noob, do you have in front of you the quotes? Because this was Elon came out in a Clubhouse chat room where he was talking to thousands of listeners, and he had some quotes. I don't know if you have this, Noob.
He's a happy monkey?
Keep going down. There might be
Keep
some
going.
more.
Like, read. I wanted you to keep going with this.
We have a monkey with a wireless implant. There's skulls with tiny wires who can play video games in his mind. You can't see where the implant is, and he's a happy monkey.
Keep going. There's another quote. You skipped the quote.
Where? Which quote?
Right? Keep reading. Keep reading.
We want them to play mind
No,
pong
we
with
have-
each other.
You can't see where the implant is. We have a hat.
We have the nicest monkey facilities in the world. Are there specific monkey facilities? Are there endless bananas? Why is my face on the screen? This isn't racist. Monkeys are monkeys. Monkeys are people too.
Are they?
Yeah, they're people.
How are monkeys people?
They deserve to be people.
What do you
Monkeys
mean?
are intelligent. They eat bananas. They poop. They pee. They sex.
So anyway, Twitter's having fun with this. They're saying that Elon Musk is the villain that everyone thinks is amazing at the start of the movie. Another one said that Elon Musk is trying to do Planet of the Apes, but even worse with gamer monkeys.
Gamer monkeys. Is he going to start a gamer gate for monkeys?
Other tweets, Elon Musk is not cool with everyone developing robots, but is cool with the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Talk about playing with fire. Another one says, have you seen Rise of the Planet of Apes? Not good, not good. And another one said, this is exactly how Planet of the Terminator Apes starts.
I mean, what is scarier, robots or apes? I would say at least apes could be reasoned with.
And murdered.
Terminators can't be murdered?
No, they're machines.
They're Terminators.
Have you seen Terminator 2? That motherfucker could melt and regenerate.
Yes, this is true. So you're saying that it would be easier.
You could easily just melt a monkey and he's not coming back.
Okay, so we're going to go with melted monkeys.
Melted monkeys. But he's saying that these are primitive versions of the device with wires sticking out of your head, but it's like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires that go into your brain. So he is literally wiring people's brains, and as terrifying as that may be, there's actually a twist to the story, and it's actually a nice twist, and I felt bad later on because I thought this was a horrible idea, and why would you be doing this until I found this? There was a tweet coming to Elon Musk, and Neuralink is this program that he's running. This is a tweet coming from a victim. It says, I've been thinking a long time how to write this to you, but I'll keep it very simply. I was in a car accident 20 years ago. I've been paralyzed from the shoulders ever since. I'm available for any clinical studies at Neuralink. Elon Musk's response is Neuralink is working super hard to ensure implant safety and is in close communication with the FDA. If things go well, we might be able to do initial human trials later this year. Doing brain experimentation with monkeys is terrifying. But if it's because there's a light at the end of the tunnel, okay, I'm okay with it.
But that's what Elon, he had said all along when he first introduced Neuralink, and I think he talked a little bit about it on the Rogan show too, is that it was there to help people with epilepsy and to help people with neurological conditions and to help people that if they were paralyzed to potentially communicate with the rest of their body to recreate new links, but use them through mechanical or I guess
that's terrifying.
Different means. That's the point. And I think that's look, there are people who are literally desperate for anything, and I think it could be a godsend for people that, or they could just eat unborn fetuses.
Now,
I mean, that's your choices.
What if I'm paralyzed in like a particular region? Let's just say it's like a lower extremity.
Like your colon?
Well, a different region.
More like your front colon.
Front colon, and a lot of coconut juice is supposed to come out, but it doesn't. So what can I get linked up to get that hard again?
You don't need a link. You just need a pump.
All you need to do is snort a lot of rhinoceros horn.
Oh my! Can you buy rhinoceros horns?
Be my guest.
It's
probably cheaper than cryptocurrency.
It's on the same shelf as human horn.
I'm gonna get a bunch of Dogecoin or Dogecoin or whatever the hell it's
Doggy
called.
coin.
Dog coin and
doggy
dog
coin.
biscuits. I'm gonna buy dog biscuits and try to trade them for rhino horns.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So, all you smugglers out there, you have a new. Someone needs a little rhino horn in their stew.
I need a little rhinoplasty for my erectile dysfunction. That's a nose job, by the way.
Is it though?
It is. So should we move on to Hollyboobs?
Yes, let's move on to something else that can bring life back to the injured. And
give him back wood?
Yes, Hollywood boobs.
Boobies.
So 6 people were arrested after changing the Hollywood sign to Hollyboob. First off, who gives a shit about Hollywood? The entire, who cares? This is stupid. Like, the entire LA County should burn.
And everyone inside of it.
Yeah, except Doc, because he gives us money.
Doc, yes. Please keep Doc out of the fires.
Yes.
But Hollyboob?
Well, who? Okay. Like, that's So
I like in BoJack Horseman where he knocks down the last B and it becomes Hollywoo.
the
Or the D, not B. Sorry, it's not Hollywoob.
don't people do shit to this sign like every couple years? There's like a sign thing or whatever. Like who cares?
There, the one woman who did it is actually relatively famous for another incident. I think she was one of the flashers at the World Series and got a lot of attention for that and thrown out of the World Series.
So what it is, Julia Rose, who is an Insta model, became famous after she flashed the World Series Game 5 with a friend Lauren Summer. She also dated Jake Paul for a short time.
That's a knock on her.
That's a knock on her, isn't it?
She did this to challenge Instagram censorship, and the side effect of raising breast cancer awareness is just icing on the cake. We see her here. Her post says, "Guys, I finally fixed a Hollywood sign. Hashtag Hollyboob."
Okay, she's kind of hot. She dated Jake Paul?
I would
short
assume.
time. Very, very short time.
You have to remember, though, he loves them beards.
He does.
I mean,
It
allegedly.
It took 6 people 15 minutes to drape a tarp over the W and drape a piece of cloth across the middle of the D to, of course, make the wood
Drop that D.
boob.
Why would they get arrested for this?
They also posted that they were arrested. They were not arrested for vandalism since there was no actual damage done. They were arrested for trespassing, as the land is considered trespassing and dangerous. So trespassing on dangerous terrain. They have a court hearing scheduled for June 3rd.
Well, you know why it's dangerous?
Because you can fall to your death?
No, it's full of mountain lions and cougars.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Rattlesnakes and all kinds of
Have
shit.
you ever gone up to the Hollywood sign?
No, why would I do that?
I
would get arrested.
I went up to the lookout area. You know, it was like when I first moved out there, it was a cool thing to do. I went and did Mulholland Drive and did the lookout and that stuff. But you do it one time, you never do it again. Unless like a friend comes to town, then you do it again. But yeah, it's a tourist trap is what it is. But
Mulholland Drive is cool, but the sign itself is not impressive.
Some people are offended by this, like Mark Panettiere. He's the chairman of the Hollywood Sign Trust Committee.
Oh.
And he had to come out and he said, excuse me, I'll quote this. "Unfortunate that such an important icon for the city of LA is not being appreciated. This is the icon that's there for visual reinforcement of the importance of Hollywood, not just for the city of Los Angeles, but for the world. It needs to be upheld. It doesn't need to be demeaned." Shut up.
Yeah, I don't
Shut
care.
up.
Do not care at all. I think it's there for fun. She clearly only draped a cloth over it, like relax. And she does claim that it's there for breast cancer awareness. So anytime more boobs can be brought out in the world is a win.
Yeah, like if she just showed her boobs instead, I'd have been much
She's
happier.
done that before.
Has she?
Yeah. Were you not listening when she did it at the World Series?
Yeah, but like more recently.
Recently than the World Series? It's called...
this recent World Series.
Yeah.
Baseball is a shitty sport.
Oh, dude, all you have to do is just Google her name and
You'll see
boobs are going
plenty
to
of
come
boobs.
up on Google. It's
Yes.
Oh my
very,
God.
very
milk.
easy to find.
I will
Lots
do
of
that.
milk.
We will have to get milk.
He doesn't
Bro.
even remember her name, so
Julia Rose.
barely even right.
I'll just type in World Series boob girl.
How is... Oh, okay.
Actually, that will work.
It
You will
probably
find her with that. You'll find her and her friend Lauren Summer, who they both got banned from World Series for life.
Forever.
Oh, gee. Just the World Series?
Just the World
That's-
Series. They can go to regular games, not the World Series.
I do like the chat. The chat is pretty much on point with everything. They said everyone loves boobs except for Noob. Doc says Scott loves boobs. You know I do. I mean, come on. Let's
Doc
be
says
honest
the
here.
old Batman cave is there. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Sure.
So.
Do you know the old school Batman from like the 60s?
Oh, with the Adam West?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bootleg.
And Noob
Bootleg.
loves
Cock, probably.
probably.
I assume it's cock.
I
would take a
Let's see.
ventured guess that it's cock.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm losing messages here. The chat's on fire. I can't keep up.
Oh
Let's
my
see.
God.
Doc says they're trying to take it down permanently. Was that the Hollywood sign or Batman's
Or the
old
Bat
cave? Bootleg says he supports the rebranding. Bootleg, so do I. I think it should be permanently Hollywood Boob, not Hollywood anymore. Doc says they're always trying to change
Boobs.
that sign, which is true. That has, the people are always trespassing there. And now in the chat is a conversation about which is better, ass or boobs. I'll let you guys continue on with that.
Sam Jr. says Scott loves man boobs. So there's a moob comment there as well.
I'm not selective. A boob is a boob.
A moob or a boob?
A moob or a boob.
My lord.
Moob or a boob.
So are we going to go to reviews?
Are we reviewing?
Let's
We
go to
are.
reviews.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go.
Reboobs.
Like my shiny metal ass.
Tonight, you.
So the first review is a
Well,
really...
first we have to set the stage
Oh,
because,
sure.
are people really going to go back and watch a 1995 action thriller?
Probably
I
not.
mean, does Doc want us to do a few RIPs? There have been a few famous RIPs.
Oh, yeah.
Screech.
Dustin,
Is his last name Dustin Diamond?
Dustin
Screech
Diamond.
Powers?
Yeah, Dustin Diamond. Yeah, he
did.
passed away cancer.
Yeah.
A shame. I think there's a video if you watch it of the
Of him
rest of the
dying?
cast. No,
Oh.
not of him dying. Of the rest of the cast, and the rest of the cast is like, yeah, we don't care. They thought he was an asshole and didn't like him.
So he did a book a little bit ago, like the dirty secrets behind Saved by the Bell. A lot of the cast did not appreciate it. He came out later and apologized. He's come out and said that he's actually made right with a lot of the cast. And after he passed, most of them, Mario Lopez, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, a lot of them came out and said, "We'll miss you forever. Gone too soon. This is a tragedy." So it's unfortunate he had a couple rough years. He was not invited back for the Saved by the Bell reboots and stuff like that. But it sounds like he did make good with a lot of his fellow old castmates.
If you
and
watch the
it's
video, it doesn't
unfortunate
seem
that
like
he
that.
passed as quick.
And then Christopher Plummer
Yes.
of most recently, I guess, Knives Out fame. Wasn't he in that other movie about the trust fund dude with Mark Wahlberg? Wasn't he in that? Didn't he he stepped in for someone else that was like Me Too'd? I think it was
Probably, yeah.
Who was the guy?
Wasn't he in the
the
movie
guy in
version of
Seven, which we're gonna
Snowpiercer?
talk about anyway. He was not in. Was he? No, he was not in Snowpiercer.
Wasn't it? Oh, no, that was a different dude.
Yeah, he was
Different old white dude.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he stepped into that movie with Mark Wahlberg to replace the guy from House of Cards.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, that's who.
Oh, shit. Yeah, what the hell is that stupid movie? All the money in the world.
Yeah, all the money in the world. He
Yeah.
played Paul Getty.
Knives Out. Heroes in the Golden Mask is his last movie.
Well, either way, he's a fantastic actor. I always liked watching him, and he has a much better, more tasteful pedigree than Screech.
Yes.
Screech had porno movies, so
Did he?
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a Screech porno.
Oh,
So what I heard about that was it wasn't actually him. It was him and a buddy were like, well, Paris Hilton just did it and they made $1 billion off it. You could do that. So he got like a stunt cock to come in where it was his face, but it wasn't actually him having sex. So that's my understanding of the whole Screech porn.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
This
anyway,
is just me relaying what I've heard about him with everybody
Fake
talking
news.
about him passing.
So
Okay.
let's get to reviews.
okay, we're going to discuss a little bit of Virtuosity because I want to tie it into several movies, which would be Virtuosity 7 and the actual review that we're doing, which is The Little Things, which we will have spoilers for. As a Denzel tribute and a big Denzel fan, I was thinking about, I happened to see on Amazon Prime that Virtuosity was free. And I remember being far younger in 1995, watching this movie and being like, wow, that's a really dope movie. And you have the appearance of a much leaner and much angrier, I don't know, maybe he wasn't angrier, but Russell Crowe as the lead villain, Sid 6.7.
Oh, he was a villain in this?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my
So the plot of the movie just to give away a little bit, and I won't spoil the whole movie.
It's 1995. I think we can spoil it.
We'll spoil a little bit. Okay. So anyway,
don't spoil too much. I saw the trailer. You can go watch the trailer alone before you watch the movie, and it is amazing.
It is very cool. It's very weird. It's weird. It kind of reminds me of a mix between Demolition Man and like it wants to be a serial killer movie, but it's not quite there yet. So it's kind of like it was kind of like an actiony Stallone type movie with the underpinnings of like a thriller, but it never really hits either note properly. There's a ton of amazing character actors in this as well. And but it got reviewed mercilessly. It's got 25,000 reviews.
Nobody likes it at 32%.
Oh, Lord.
No, but to me it's like a classic because the acting in it is so awesome. So some of the actors in it, you would recognize William Forsythe, William Fichtner is in it. Who else? Kevin O'Connor. Like a lot of real like famous character actors are in it. But essentially the story is there is a cop who's been imprisoned, and they use him as a test subject to test a virtual reality training program for cops. And they are tracking a computer-generated serial killer named Sid 6.7 because that's the version of Sid that he's at. Because there's version 2, version 2.6, 2.6. You get it. And eventually, he figures out he gets so sentient in the machine that he figures out how to come into the real world, and then craziness ensues. And I just think Denzel's awesome in it. Russell Crowe is out of control in it. He's out there, man.
So this is like Matrix meets Lawnmower Man.
There's a little bit of Lawnmower Man. There's some wonky CGI in it. It's not too bad though. They actually do it pretty good. There's some really good practical special effects. It never really hits the right tone as far as like thriller. It's kind of like Last Action Hero of Denzel's career in my mind. I think that's a good comparison where it really is a good people do, like it is actually kind of like a culty classic movie, but it's so wonky that people can't say it's a great movie. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
But I recommend it.
I need to. I am going to watch it one of these nights.
It's very weird. Let's just say I'll give one spoiler. Is that Russell Crowe creates a symphony of screams. And it's real weird. It's real out there. It gets real crazy real quick.
I love it.
Yes.
I will probably never watch this.
Why not? What's
I've
wrong with
already
you?
forgotten what the title is.
It's called Virtuosity.
Virtuosity.
It's kind of stuck with me over the years. It's just like one of those movies where I was like, that was really cool. And then I watched it again and I was like,
Not so much.
I mean, it's okay, but it has its moments. It has its moments for sure. And there's some like real classic lines from it that you might not realize came from that movie. Like,
That probably was said in many other things.
No, but this is the first time it's before Jurassic. Is it before Jurassic Park?
90.
That was 93 though, wasn't
95.
Yeah, Jurassic Park
It's hard to
was
say,
before
but it was
95.
kind of okay. Whatever. Either way, there's some cool lines from it. You'll dig it. I recommend it. Don't take it too seriously though.
Sure, if you want an old movie and you're really bored, watch it, I guess.
Denzel is an amazing actor.
He is.
Yeah, Ron, the Stone Cold Killer, agrees with me. Good movie. Like I said, it's a little campy. It's kind of like Demolition Man. Demolition Man, I would say, is better. But if you're looking for a good old movie, and it's free on Amazon Prime, if you have it, check it out.
We could do a watch along, but apparently Russell Crowe shows his ass a lot.
Oh my God, he shows his ass. He is as smooth as a baby. It's kind of weird.
Oh my God, that's nice.
Yeah.
Does he have nice cupping going on?
The chat, I can't. Mark D.
Describe
is
the cup.
dropping some. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the chat with.
Oh my God, there's replica dildo references.
I don't. Yeah,
this is hot.
Yeah, it's getting
I'd
a little
buy
hot
one.
and heavy out
I'm
there.
gonna buy one. I'm gonna screech that up my anus.
Oh, jeez.
I
So what? Okay, what are we reviewing?
was gonna say, is Virtuosity better than The Little Things, which is the main movie we're reviewing?
I would say it is. The Virtuosity is way more memorable.
Really?
For sure. Than The Little Things. This is crazy, folks.
I was so fucking excited about this movie.
It has 3 Academy Award-winning actors:
Like really good actors.
Rami Malek, Jared Leto, and Denzel Washington, who's like the king as far as I'm concerned. The man has never acted He's never been bad in a single movie I've ever seen, ever. I can't think of a single bad Denzel Washington movie. The man is meticulous
Well, the
about his
movies
craft.
could be bad. He's not bad in that.
That's what I'm saying is he's never been bad in a single movie. Like The Book of Eli is a good example. Kind of a weird movie, a little out there. He's the only thing that makes that movie watchable, right?
He is, even if it's a bad movie with Denzel in it, it makes it good. And Book of Eli was a horrible, stupid premise.
Weird.
and
I like the Book of Eli,
ridiculously
actually.
bad movie.
It's just
But
weird.
No, but it was absolutely Denzel that saved that movie, and that's most of the stuff that he's in. There's not even if a bad script, Denzel's going to save that.
Man on Fire.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite movies ever. Man on Fire. Love that movie. So good.
Inside Man was really fucking great.
But that's the point, though, is he's probably one of the maybe since he's up there in my mind with Anthony Hopkins. Like he's one of the greatest actors ever.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you got 3 Academy Award winners in this.
It's a mystery thriller / drama. The tomato meter is 47%, so not super great. Audience score is slightly better at 64%. The critic consensus is an exceptionally well-casted throwback thriller. The little things will feel deeply familiar to genre fans, for better or for worse. Then the audience synopsis is: the story is nothing special and the ending might be a letdown, but there's a welcome focus on the emotional toll taken by police work, and you can't argue with the cast. I would say the audience synopsis is pretty spot on.
Yeah, you can argue with the cast, though, and we will spoil this. So I don't know, Scott, if you want to, should we spoil it ahead of time, or should we just give you a brief synopsis and what we think, and then we'll spoil it?
Hold on a second. Spoilers. We're gonna spoil the hell out of this. Go ahead, fellas.
Okay, so and it's been out a week, so I don't think this is anything to write home about.
And I'll tell you what, this is going to be the last thing we'll do in today's show, and then we'll go ahead and wrap things up for the evening. So if you have not seen this and you do not want to be spoiled, we give you permission to go ahead and leave for now. And then after you watch it, you can come back and join us. If you're on the podcast, just hit pause, go watch it, come back. If you're with us live and you really want to see it without getting spoiled, we give you the okay to go ahead and leave. But make sure you come back and finish the show, because these two, I'm told, are about to go deep. Like
We're gonna go real
deep.
So deep.
So a brief synopsis of the movie is an older state trooper returns back to the big city. Apparently he's out in the county and he comes back to LA, and this is clearly an 80s movie. Specifically, I think
90s movie.
Oh, 90s. You're right.
Yeah,
I think it's 96 or 97.
Yeah.
Because they show posters of No Doubt. And No Doubt, I think, formed in 92, but Gwen Stefani didn't take over lead vocal parts until like 96 or 97. So I guess they tried for a little historical accuracy. All the cars are clearly from like the early 90s or like mid 90s. So whatever. It's not like dwelled upon, but it's clearly a 90s movie. And they also make reference to the not the Strangler,
Night Stalker.
The Night Stalker case.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like something that hasn't happened since the Night Stalker case. And you have this older cop who comes in to process some evidence and gets sucked into a case that reminds him of an old case where he ended up leaving LA and leaving the police force to join a different police force because he left in shame and disgrace because of something that happened. They're not clear as to what it is. He has a run-in, and that character's Denzel. I think he plays what's it?
John
Deke.
Deacon.
They call him Deke. And he runs into Rami Malek, who's like an up-and-coming hot detective who took his place several years back. And then the lead suspect in the case, because Jared Leto does not make an appearance until maybe the first hour into the movie.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be in it more. He's not in it that much.
He's not in it, and he looks very bizarre. I don't know what he was trying to pull. They should not allow him to be in charge of his costuming and character choices.
I don't imagine he chose that.
He definitely had input into he has input in every damn character he does. He looks like a heroin addict who is 50 pounds overweight.
Well, he looks like a heroin addict who
sense.
enjoys his occasional Budweiser.
It doesn't make any sense.
And fell down the stairs in an awkward way when he was drunk and has a limp
because
now.
he has a weird limp for no reason.
Yeah.
He has a beer gut for no reason, yet he looks like he has no eyebrows and looks like a heroin addict. Can anyone explain this to me?
He's good at being creepy.
He just looks, you see him, and I think he's going for Armenian creep. I just think
So
that's
you
the
hate
look
Armenians?
Son of I'm just saying that's the look he clearly is going for is Armenian creep.
Not Bosnian creeps.
No.
Not gypsy creeps.
Not gypsy creep.
Gypsies can
How
never be
dare you
creeps.
speak ill of gypsies?
Okay.
Fine, gypsy creep.
Okay. There we
Doesn't
go.
matter. White dude creep. How's that?
Wow. Why's he got to be white?
He looks pretty white to me.
You don't know that he's white.
Hmm.
Could be Persian.
Okay. Either way, so after a bit of time, so they're working on this case, and it very much seems like they're trying to compare this movie to Seven, right? It has a lot of hints of Seven. So it's like the older cop taking a younger cop under his wing, trying to solve these like crazy murders. The problem with the movie is there's only like one murder, and it's very boring in the middle.
It's very boring. Just nothing.
It just
nothing
not a lot
happens.
happens. There's not a lot of action. It's very. It just doesn't like go. There's no speed to it. Like I said, it takes about an hour before Jared Leto's even in the movie, and the whole thing has a very. Like I said, it's kind of a throwbacky movie.
If you're looking for a movie with a payoff, this ain't it.
Yeah, because Noob left very unsatisfied at the end. But I'm trying to think like how to like. There's all these weird like there's an interrogation scene where Rami Malek basically does nothing in this movie. He talks a little weird, pretty mediocre if you ask me. For somebody who's supposed to be an Academy Award winner, he was definitely outshined by the others.
Yeah,
Denzel makes him look like a clown.
He's a very particular actor.
He has to play someone on the spectrum.
But he's still good, but he's a very he's basically typecasted at this point. Like he's very good in his particular role.
He never should have because he won an Academy Award for
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Did you see that, Scott?
I have not actually. I never got around to seeing that.
Do you even know who Rami Malek is?
I do. He played Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
I almost forgot.
That's the movie we were literally just talking about.
Oh my lord!
Well,
that's what you said. Yeah, I know who he is. He played Freddie Mercury in that movie, and he plays somebody else in this movie.
Yeah, he's. I just think he's a little overrated. I'm not real thrilled. He also plays a cop, and he's supposed to be a real straight-laced cop. I didn't buy it. He felt out of like. He's not weird. He's not eccentric. And I think he's very good at playing eccentric characters. Kind of like Jared Leto. Imagine Jared Leto playing a cop. Do you think that makes a lot of sense to you after seeing him in all these weird-ass movies? Like, what did we watch? And we reviewed one of our first reviews. Why am I always
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner, 1945, 2045.
2049.
It's, if he plays the same kind of character, it's difficult. And you don't want to get typecasted, but if he does get typecasted, then you don't see him playing a cop anymore if he's playing only these crazy people.
Well, I think, who pulled it off really good? Jake Gyllenhaal. It also reminds me a little bit of Prisoners. That was the other movie I was thinking about. That's the movie
both with
Wolverine.
Better payouts.
Prisoners was way better. So Prisoners has Jake Gyllenhaal, who normally plays a weirdo, right? Eccentric characters, but he plays a cop, and he plays it very well. He pulls it off very well. And then you have Hugh Jackman, who normally plays like a hero and a straight character, like an
unhinged father.
Yeah, plays a completely unhinged character.
Paul Dano,
who's
the new Riddler,
absolutely out of control. So if you took a mixture of Prisoners and Seven without the gore, you have this movie. I do have one weird issue with this movie before we wrap it up and go to the end. I have one thing. So you guys know how Daisy Ridley, and this is a little weird but off topic.
What?
You know how Daisy Ridley, one of her first movie roles. Do you guys know what it was?
No.
She played a dead naked corpse.
Oh, nice.
So if you ever want to see Daisy Ridley, which not many people do.
Oh, there was a lot of dead naked girls.
I don't understand why that is like a Hollywood thing where they have to when they're identifying these bodies, they have to show the girls naked. It just feels like a little exploitive to me. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like a puss about this.
The one girl was kind of hot,
But there was no reason for her to be sitting there naked. It's just like, why? And here's the other problem. She has no speaking lines. I just don't get it why they do that, especially considering that Daisy Ridley, who now can't get a job, may have to become
a
naked corpses again with no speaking lines. I just found it to be a little like off-putting. Like if it added something to the story, I would get it. But it just struck me as weird.
There's multiple times where like actresses have come out and said, "Look, if there's nudity that's there for the story, and there's nudity for the sake of nudity." Margot Robbie said that in Wolf of Wall Street, which I believe was her first fully nude role, that she was nervous going into it, but that wasn't nudity for the sake of nudity. That was her character, and the character's strongest way to get what she wanted. Her strongest weapon was her sexuality. So for that movie and that role, it made sense, which led her to accept and actually do that role.
But do you ever really need to see naked corpses?
No, there's way too many directors and filmmakers that do nudity for the sake of nudity. And I will never, ever complain about boobs. That's one thing that you will never hear from me.
No, I know.
Actually, people say that about me. Whenever someone says, "Hey, you know Scott," they're like, "Oh yeah, that's the guy that never complains about boobs." That's one thing I'm known for. I still disagree though with nudity just for the sake of nudity in movies. There has to be a fine line.
Well, I just don't get it. Again, it's the naked corpse thing that bothers me. You know what I mean? I think it's one thing, maybe if it's a crime scene and you find them in that crime scene, I get that. You know what I mean? But then when they're doing it's always an autopsy table. And it's always like, we're just going to have this naked chick here.
Maybe they want to showcase their boobs.
I just don't get it because it doesn't really make any sense.
No,
because it doesn't add anything.
I've not been in many autopsy rooms, but usually when they bring in like the police or the people that aren't actually cutting the bodies up, the bodies are covered and you can just uncover a head. You don't need to uncover an entire body. Unless you need to like pull like an alien out of a stomach or some crap
or
like
liver
that.
Or whatever. Yeah. So let's just get to the ending briefly. And I guess the ending's disappointing because there isn't really no real payoff.
Yeah.
Essentially what happens is you get the two characters, Rami Malek and Denzel Washington, tie into each other because the reason why Denzel Washington is a disgraced police officers because while he was investigating another murder many years ago, or at least like 5 to 10 years ago,
5 years ago,
5 years ago, he found two victims, but unfortunately, while they were looking at the crime scene, he heard some noises and accidentally shot a third victim
right in the chest.
Yeah, because she was creeping around like she had escaped apparently, and he accidentally shot her. He wasn't trying very hard to be a good detective. So then everyone covered it up for him, and he decided to leave.
And because it destroyed, like, basically the guilt kind of destroyed his marriage. He wanted to leave. Yeah, like everyone didn't look at them the same.
So here they're chasing, then back to the current thing, and they're chasing Jared Leto. And they start to uncover certain things about Jared Leto. Like he's more of a crime aficionado or like a creeper.
Creepy loner that sits at home, watches crime stuff.
Yeah, he's like, he has a police scanner. He's real into crime stuff. And he's been following the murders. And it's quite possible. And in previously, he admitted to being a murderer. But once they actually investigated it, he admitted to killing someone. He had not committed the killing. He's just kind of a psychopath, right? Like a weird loser loner. Well, he convinces the Rami Malek character to go out, and this is the end of the movie, folks. So if you don't want to hear it, you got to tune it out now.
Here's the spoiler part.
Super spoilers, right? They take him out into the desert to look for the bodies because Denzel and Rami Malek are convinced that this is their killer, right? They even find he has a stash at home.
It's a feeling.
And he has him digging all these holes. And he's like,
which is insane.
Maybe the body's here or maybe the body's there. He's like, I don't really remember. Oh, so here's the whole point of this. And this will be a tangent, and I promise I'll keep it short. So one time, I was auditioning bassists for my band, right? And I had taken out newspaper ads for finding a bassist in the band, and this is prior to Scott, right, being in the band. So Scott, I don't know if you ever even heard this story.
I wasn't the bassist,
No, Scott's a drummer. So drummers are much more mentally sound than bassists.
Hell no.
So I met this guy.
We just count better. That's the only difference.
So I met this. So I talked to this guy, right? And the guy he responds to my ad, and we seem to have similar interests in music. And he goes, "Why don't you meet me at a music store?" And I was like, "That sounds great. Public place. We've never met each other. Maybe we can jam out a little bit in the music store. Sounds great, right?" So I go to the music store, and I meet this guy, and he goes, "You know what? I don't like this music store that much. Let's go to a different music store," which happened to be Sam Ash, which happened to be an hour and a half drive away. So I don't know what came over me, but the guy goes, "Yeah, my car doesn't work that well. Do you mind driving?" So I drive this schmo.
And you're still somehow able to live and tell this tale.
So I drive this person who I've never met before to a Sam Ash an hour and a half away across the turnpike. And we literally don't talk. We don't talk at all for the first 45 minutes because it's just awkward silence. And by the end of this trip, we go to Sam Ash, we go our separate way. Like, I don't know. The guy was completely insane. Long story short is, I met a serial killer. If you're still out there, thank you for not killing me. And I really appreciate it. And I'm really glad that I lost your phone number and I never invited you to join my band. Because I'm not even sure he actually played bass when we went to Sam Ash. I was like, do you really know how to play the bass? I don't know about this.
Did he never pick up a bass?
He was very particular and was like, I don't really know. He's like, I don't like this bass. And then he would grab the, he's like, I don't like this bass. He never really played bass for me. And he was very weird. And on top of all that, he was a ginger. So I was very afraid for my life.
Gingers.
No souls.
No, I love gingers, but I was afraid for my life. So, like I said, I did not end up hiring him as a bassist. Never spoke to him again. Okay. And I'm still alive. So win-win for me, except for I lost 3 hours of my life.
Because when you're auditioning to be in a band, let an hour go by without talking at all, because that makes perfect sense.
I mean, I wasn't a social butterfly at that point. And yeah, like I said, I am still alive. I survived. That's one of several surviving the serial killer stories I have.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that.
So anyway, okay. So let's just finish.
It's the little things.
It is the little. Oh my God! Did you get so excited when they said the title of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Which made no fucking sense.
Oh my God! They just whenever they say the title of the movie in the movie, it's so exciting. It's just the best thing. So anyway, long movie short is Rami Malek gets real pissed off at Jared Leto and hits him in the face with a shovel
and kills him.
And then is like, holy shit, I just killed the suspect. He doesn't find a body, has no proof. The guy, in fact, comes up to him right before he kills him. And he goes, well, you know what? I didn't actually kill anybody. I'm not really a killer. I just took you out here to get to know you. We should just head back to the city.
And he's like, or you could keep digging and try to find a body.
Yeah, or he's like, or you could just keep digging. Your choice. So then he beats him in the face with a shovel, and Denzel finally finds him and goes, I'll take care of everything.
It's like a weird flex.
Oh, yeah. It was like real weird. And then Denzel's like, don't worry about it. Dig a hole for it. He's like, pick a hole because you have like 15 holes here. Bury him and we'll take care of it. Denzel cleans up all of the evidence. And then Denzel had actually broken into Jared Leto's house and found a box of like what he thought were going to be like evidence or trophies, but it was really just clippings about the murders that he had been following. So he didn't have any evidence to connect Jared Leto as the actual killer. There was literally no evidence whatsoever. So he buys a hair clip that the parents of one of the missing girls, there's like a missing girl that they're trying to find that they're hoping that they can recover. He bought a red hair clip from like the 90s Lord. And mails it to Rami Malek to make him feel like, yeah, we caught our guy, but in fact had not caught the right guy. And yeah, that's how the movie ends there, Scott. Yeah. I hope you're desperately sad about what happened.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points.
No points.
And make
Oh, where's the end of that?
Oh, cut off.
And may
Yes.
God have mercy.
Like half my clips are doing.
on
Like
your
half my
soul.
clips are missing the ends of them now, and everything else. I gotta revamp this whole entire thing. My laptop, which helps me do the show, took a dump. Fortunately, we were able to get through tonight.
Did it shit it on him?
It completely shat out on me. It's supposed to be recording my audio for our podcast, and I'm looking at it right now. It's a blank screen, so we might not have a podcast for our audio listeners. We'll see how that goes.
Oh boy.
My
So anyway.
sound clips, all the ends are disappearing. I have no clue what's going on. Technology is failing me right now.
Well,
But-
here's a couple. Nope, go ahead.
Go ahead. What do you have
I was
to
going
say?
to say the big thing for the little things was basically it was a parallel story of Denzel Washington and Rami Malek's character. Same exact story, like down to the T. They were married, had 2 girls for kids, and then Denzel Washington got obsessed with a case and fucked up and shot a girl by accident. They covered it up, destroyed his marriage. He left in disgrace.
He had a heart attack.
Probably.
No, they said he had a heart attack.
Oh, he did
within
have a heart
6
attack.
months of the case being like whatever. Yeah.
So then Rami Malek in the current timeline has the same thing, and he is getting obsessed with the case. He accidentally kills a dude, but instead of having his life ruined, Denzel Washington lies and sends him that red beret to save him from the guilt that ruined his own life.
Yeah.
I guess that was the point of the movie. I don't
That
understand.
was kind of the point of the movie. It took a long time to get there.
There was still no resolution. The FBI just takes over the case. No one
They're
ever
like, "We're gonna
finds the
find
missing
our
girl.
man." Yeah, they don't resolve it. So
Like-
it's not as 7 was much more dramatic and had like a much tighter plot and but it was not that good.
Yeah,
So-
I enjoyed the acting, but the story was like.
So in the end,
I don't even
so
think the
end,
acting was that
it's
good.
not even worth the watch.
I don't think so. I'm not
So-
going to recommend this one.
So
if you're gonna ask,
whoever left
so.
earlier, whoever paused the show earlier and came back is going to agree with you and say that this show was not worth the watch. But
I do not recommend this movie. Denzel is great.
I would recommend it.
So we're a split decision here.
split down the middle, and I'm not going to watch it to decide because I don't have time for that. What I do have time for, though, is Doc, who mentions in the chat that I should upgrade because I got his stimulus payment. Doc, I do appreciate, and what you're talking about is our Patreon, which we are trying to grow because we do want to upgrade our equipment and do more things, and this is what's going to allow us to do it. One of the benefits of one of our tiers, of course, is Noob. Take it away.
Okay there, Doc. Joshua Burnett, a.k.a. Doc, a.k.a. Jaybird, a.k.a. Dr. Docatix. And he's our first and founding member. Then we have Liz Frisch. That sounds like a fake name. A.k.a. Dr. Fresh. Why is everyone a doctor?
Because they earned their doctorates.
That makes
Because
sense
this
now.
is the
Yes.
doctor tier. This is the doctorate tier. Doc saying
they-
there was another payment. Doc, I think the other payment you're talking about was some chips, which those
chip?
2 guys up there were it's on them to figure out the time.
I have a vacation coming up. I'm
I
predisposed.
have the location, the setup, and everything else ready to go. It's these guys right here that are holding us up. But that hot chip challenge is going to happen. Please trust
saying
me
it.
on that. It's going to happen.
But either way, thank you to our doctorate members, and I'll probably do a post on Instagram showing like all the levels and benefits and all that shit.
I do.
So-
I got a Photoshop to do that will thank you guys as well coming up, and we'll continue to do that. And of course, if you'd like to join our Patreon, there's multiple tiers. We'd love to have you all join us. There's multiple things on there for you, which includes Ask Me Anythings. We're going to try to figure out some giveaways, other things that will make it beneficial for you to join us and to help give back, you to give to us, to give to you, and back and forth. That's how it works. But you can go there to Patreon at REViews Will Kill You, or the link is at reviewswillkillyou.com/links. So,
Absolutely.
man, I'll tell you what. So what I'm going to do,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to wrap this up. And I'm going to wrap this up a special way tonight. And that's because I'm going to do it in a silhouette challenge.
Oh no.
Nobody needs this.
So, if you
Oh,
like what you
fuck.
heard here tonight, hold on. There we go. So, if you like what you heard here tonight, head on over to Instagram at ork_u. Head on over to facebook.com/ourreviewswillkillyou. Head on over to reviewswillkillyou.com/links to find all the other stuff. And if you're one of our audio listeners on Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, or Amazon Play, not Google Play, anyway, whatever. You can also find us at youtube.com/ourreviewswillkillyou. I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point.
Instagram, Spotify.
Instagram,
Subscribe,
Spotify.
like if you
Subscribe,
enjoy the
like.
content.
ourreviewswillkillyou.com/links. Let me turn my lights back on. Oh, hi guys. ourreviewswillkillyou.com/links. The store. This week I'm finally going to work on the store, so we're going to upgrade that finally this week. And if there's anything else, I don't know.
Help Scott figure out his Pokemon dilemma. That would be a big help for Scott and his family, as they need the financial support apparently
Yes.
from Pokemon.
Hey, Jaybird's asking for the strobe light. I got it.
And oh my gosh, it looks like we only have 5 seconds left. So we'll see you in the next session.